Thinking about buying a new construction home? You've got two choices: buy a semi-custom home or buy a spec home that's move-in ready. Both have huge pros and cons, but which one is right for you? I'll be breaking it all down in this video, so keep watching. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rebecca Arscott and I am your trusted realtor here in New Mexico. And today we are talking about a huge decision for many home buyers that are planning on buying a new construction home. Building a semi-custom home versus buying a spec move-in ready home. Now, before we get into it, let's clear something up. If you've been picturing designing your own floor plans from scratch, selecting every detail and building on your own land, that's a fully custom home. And I will be covering that in a separate video. What we're talking about today is semi-custom new construction homes, which means that you do get some choices, but you have to stay within the builder's preset options. So is that the best option for you, or buying a spec home that is move-in ready and already built? Let's get into it. Semi-custom homes are built by a production or custom home builder with a set of pre-designed floor plans. And you can customize these floor plans with elements like flooring, cabinetry, and fixtures. Most of the time, they're going to have to be changes that will work with the existing floor plan. Now, that being said, you are going to be able to get options like an extended patio, maybe converting a third car garage into a flex space depending on where it's located in the house. Some builders allow you to have more customizations when it comes to structural changes than others. So that is why it's going to be important for you to keep this in mind when you're looking at the different floor plans and choosing your builder. Spec homes, or also known as move-in ready homes, are homes that are already built nearly to completion. Now, let's talk a little bit more in detail about the different types of spec homes. There are those that are already built, where you might be able to make a few changes here and there, but they're going to be mostly cosmetic changes. Now, when it comes to the other type of spec home, those spec homes are still in the process of being built. And while they may not be starting from the ground up, there may be a little bit more wiggle room for you to get in some customizations before they finalize the project. And therefore, that will allow you to move in much faster than building a house from the ground up. You may not get as many customization options depending on where it's at in the construction process, but it's still an opportunity for you to be able to still personalize your home without missing out on that opportunity altogether. So let's weigh the pros and cons of building a semi-custom home. One, you are gonna have more control over the design. Like I mentioned before, when you are in this process and building from the ground up, you get to select the floor plan. You will also be able to look into any structural upgrades. You will also have more control over the finishes as well. Everything is brand new, which means that everything is going to be covered by the builder. Usually, these warranties will last up to a year, and for structural warranties, up to 10 years. The next pro is going to be energy efficient and smart home options. Most builders will offer these types of upgrades with their homes. And another pro is that it's usually going to be in a really great new community. And typically these communities are going to be located near parks and trails and schools and shopping and dining. Now let's talk about the cons when it comes to building a semi-custom home. One is that it's going to take much longer. Semi-custom homes can take anywhere between 6 to 12 months depending on the phase that it is in. So if you are building from the ground up, it's all going to depend, one, on the time of year that you're purchasing your home, and it's also going to depend on the builder and how quickly they're going to be able to work and finish your home. The next con is that it can get pricey. All of the upgrades, customization options, and all of these special features do add up, especially when it comes to picking your lot. So that's why you want to make sure that you choose your lot wisely, because if you do decide to opt in for that lot with the gorgeous unobstructed mountain views, or maybe it's located on a cul-de-sac, or it has an oversized yard, then you're probably going to be paying a premium price. One of the other cons about building a semi-custom home, and this is more of a comparison between a semi-custom home and a fully customized home, is that you are going to be limited based on the floor plans that the builder already has set. That being said, there are still really great and amazing customization options that do come with a semi-built home. Again, it's going to be all dependent on how granular that you want to get when it comes to building your home. If you don't want to be too far into the weeds, but you want to have just enough customization to make that house feel like a home, then going with the semi-custom home is probably going to be your best bet. It'll still allow you to have personalization without being overwhelmed with the in-depth, detailed process of being in control of every single aspect of your home being built. And the last con of building a semi-custom home is going to be possible delays. Delays can be things like weather, supply chain issues, or a delay in getting a permit. Now remember, the builder cannot break ground and start building until they have a permit. So if there are delays in that area, it could definitely push your timeline back. And if you are in a tight crunch to try to move in a short timeline, then this might not be the best option for you, as there could be some delay. Doesn't mean that there will be, but you've got to be prepared for that to possibly happen. Since you are here watching this video, I'm sure that you are considering buying a new construction home. Well, I have created a free new construction guide that will walk you through every part of the process. You can go ahead and download it today by scanning the QR code on the screen or going to the link in the description. All right, so now that we've covered some of the pros and cons about building a semi-custom home, let's talk about the pros and cons when it comes to buying a spec home or a move-in ready home. Number one, you will be able to move in much faster. Oftentimes, when it comes to buying a spec home, you are going to be moving in usually between 30 to 90 days. Usually those are turnkey houses, meaning that they're ready to move in that day. But sometimes they're not fully completed yet, but they're almost at completion. So you're not going to have to wait as long as you would when building from the ground up. So if you're in a tight timeline crunch and you've got to move into something very quick, then this is probably going to be the best option for you. One, you're going to get the benefit of living in a brand new home, and two, you're not going to have to wait as long. Another great pro about buying a spec home is that it can tend to be a little bit more affordable. And here's why. Builders usually will be pricing these homes much more competitively. One, because they want to get that home sold. So you might actually be able to take advantage of some really great incentives. The other thing is that the longer that this spec home sits on the market, the more money that the builders will lose. So they want to make sure that this home gets sold, especially if it's already been built. They do not want it sitting on the market for a long period of time, meaning that you can actually get some pretty good deals on buying these spec homes. And from the investment standpoint, this might actually be a really great opportunity for you to get this move-in ready home with all the modern amenities and features. It's brand new, they're gonna have really great warranties, and you don't have to wait. But the other part is that you're gonna get typically a much better price. Another pro is that there is no design stress. The builder has already picked out all of the finishes and the layouts and pretty much everything that goes into building this home. So if you get decision fatigue or you really do not want to have any part in the process of designing your home or customizing it, and that's just not your thing, then I highly recommend buying a spec home. Again, you will get the benefits of living in a brand new home with modern amenities, upgraded appliances, without having to do all of the additional work that comes with customizing it yourself. And another pro is that there are more predictable timelines and costs. You are usually not going to be running into any surprise upgrade fees or lot premiums or other things that would typically go into when you are building a custom home, because all of the things are already built into the price of the home. So essentially what you see is what you get. Here are some cons of buying a spec home. There is really not much that you can do when it comes to customizations. Usually this home is going to be turnkey ready, which means that it is going to be sold as is. That doesn't mean that the builder won't make some accommodations if you really want something to be installed or something to be changed in your home. But for the most part, you will not be able to take advantage of the ability to really customize and personalize your home. The next con is that you're typically going to be lacking a lot of the premium features that a semi-custom or custom home would offer. Most of these spec homes will come with standard grade materials and sometimes standard grade appliances. This is all, of course, going to depend on the builder. Every builder is different, and every builder takes a different approach when it comes to building their spec homes. I know some builders that actually include some really amazing premium features in the spec home. So if you are looking at move-in ready homes, you want to find out if there are any upgraded features included, because if there are, that's a bonus for you. You're going to be able to move into a home that you don't really have to stress too much about the design process, but at the same time, you will be able to benefit from these upgrades. Now, again, like I said, make sure that you write this down and you ask the builder when you go in what is included, what upgrades are included in these move-in ready homes. Depends on the builder, but when you find the right one, you can actually end up with a really good deal. So the last con that I wanted to talk about is these types of homes do tend to be a little bit less unique. And that's just because you weren't really able to be a part of the process and you were not able to add your own personal touch to the home. And of course, depending on the builder, these types of homes might be made in mass production. So that means that you're going to have a lot of homes that look just the same. This is why it's going to be important for you to shop around and compare different builders, because different builders have different styles. Some like to make sure that even their spec homes are unique, and they don't like it to look like it's mass produced. Again, that does not mean that you are not going to be able to customize your home how you want after you move in. And that's what's so wonderful about being able to buy a brand new home, is that no matter what you choose in the beginning, and no matter whether you decide to go with a semi-custom built home, or maybe you choose to go with a spec home or a move-in ready home, you will still be able to customize it even after you move in. So it's not the end of the world if you get something that's a little bit more generic. There are a ton of different resources, videos, ideas. Pinterest is full of them if you are looking to make your house much more personalized and add character back into your home. At the end of the day, both options do have some really amazing advantages, and it's all going to be depending on your timeline, your budget, and what your actual real estate goals are. So I hope that you took some notes. If not, pause this video, go back, write some notes, and really think about what your long-term goals are and what it is that you are looking for in your dream home. If you're thinking about buying new construction and you're in New Mexico, let's schedule a call today. Even if you aren't in New Mexico, that's okay because I've got you covered. We can still schedule a consultation so I can find out what it is that you're looking for, your real estate goals, and how I can help you. I will have a link in the description. You can also scan the QR code on the screen to go ahead and schedule your consultation. This is going to be a great opportunity for you to be able to find out more information about new construction and to answer some of your questions when it comes to deciding if this is the right option for you. I want to know in the comments, which home do you think is best for you? Do you think that you would rather go with a semi-custom build, or do you think you would rather go with a move-in ready home? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video coming up right now.